Good morning, everyone. Well, now we're in for round 2 of Bo Bunny Brighton, and I was like to the point where it's like, I don't know if I can get any more out of here. You know, with what I pulled from my stash, I didn't know if anything else was going to work. It's like these papers are so pretty by themselves that they're almost standalone, but and they don't. I don't think they work well with everything that's in here, but they are so beautiful. I mean, maybe they kind of make them as this is going to be a main paper, and so we're not going to put anything with them. So I'm not really sure, because I really had a hard time trying to make things work together. But I did pull out some things that I think work well. And now the lighting in here is a little different than in my art room, but I think they'll still work well. Okay, so I have this one here, and I actually found different ones that I thought worked well with it, so I thought I'm just gonna bring them both out. This one, I like this, even though it doesn't have a white background, it still has splashes of white. The green works well. And that's all that really matters, because everything else can be a new addition to it. And don't you think they look pretty together? I really like that. But I also like this. I thought that worked really well with it. So I might actually, because if I don't use this for 30 days of sketches, I might, you know, which is going to be 2-page layouts, I might put this in here and this with this, because that way I have one with each of them. So I think I'm gonna leave this in here too, but if I do a double page, I might want these 4. But I think it would be lovely to do one with this and one with this, because they look totally, I mean, this is very warm, this is a little cooler. I really like both of them. So I think I will put them together like this, and hopefully the day if I pull it out and go, how did I think these papers were gonna go together? Oh, and I also had this one because I thought, well, this one could even be going with this one, but I don't really think I like this one together with this at all. But I mean, this could go this way too. But I really kind of like the bigger flower. This is maybe too close to this pattern. Or you know, it's too close to the size. You know, when you think of like the squares to the flowers. But I like this with it, and I like this with it. Like both them. So I'm gonna just stack them together like this. So I mean, that was so quick when I found those that it's like, oh yeah, that works together. Okay, now I gotta start my pile. Oh, and this is also a Bo Bunny paper, but I mean, this is from 2015, and Brighton is from this year, right? I'm sure that's when I've seen it. And it does not say on here. Okay, but I'm pretty sure this was this year, the first time I seen it. So I mean, they're at least 9 years apart. And so I'm sure they didn't have these two being together in mind, but they really work. Okay, so I'm gonna start dividing them, because yesterday I didn't. Then it was kind of confusing. Okay, and then I have this one here that it's like, I just did not find anything that I truly loved with it. But I pulled this out. This is just a little 8x8, and look how pretty that is with it. I mean, they look like they're the same time period. I really like them. It's got like the same colors in here. Well, these ones are a little deeper, but I like them together. And then I also have this Graphic 45, and it's from Gilded Lily. And let me show you these. This yellow works really good with it. And well, even that would work well with it, but I don't love that with it. I like this with it. and you could probably even use the lighter color with it. But I really like this with it because it's like this color in here. So I'm gonna put in this whole pad because, well, and this one works too, because that way I can pull them out as I need them, because I might want, you know, maybe I would want to do, you know, 2 of these, kind of depending on my layout. So I'm just gonna put the whole thing in here for now. And I might actually pull out some if it ends up that I don't use them in the 30 days of sketches. I'll just pull out a few and put it with it. But if I use it in 30 days of sketches, which I'm trying to gather stuff for it, I do have 2, but hopefully I have more tomorrow and be able to show you. Okay, and then I pulled this out. This is another hard one. Well, actually, let me show you this one, because this one, it's like when I pulled out the last one that I showed you, I pulled out this paper and I thought this was, I'm not even sure where it was from. I think it was a paper where it's like it was just a bunch of individual papers, and I think it was actually folded, so they were 12 by 8 or something, it looks like. And I don't know, when I laid it on top of this, and it's like, oh, I love those together. And you know, this is like what they call a pastoral scene, and then with this periwinkle, I don't know, I just like the colors of them together. I think they would work well together, so I'm putting them together. It's not a whole bunch with it, but you know, if I needed to, I could pull in a white, or I could even pull in a little bit of black or something. But I like how they look, so I'm putting those together. And now that's not a lot if it's a, you know, a double page layout, but sometimes you don't need a bunch. Okay, and then this here, I had the hardest time trying to find this color because it's very mint in color, I would say. And I have teals, I have greens, and nothing really worked with this unless it was like another, what do I want to say, like this diamond shape. I kept finding that, which didn't work. Now I have this. I think the greens work well with it. So I'm thinking I could use these together. I think they're enough different, but the colors work. And then, you know, this, having this here would allow me to maybe pull in a pink, or, you know, this other shade of, it's kind of like a mauve color. So it would allow me to do that. Now I did not pull out one, but I could do that later. But I thought, yeah, that kind of brings in something else, because that's what when I decided that I had to look for other things, it's like, you know, it's hard to find a, what I want to say, a pattern paper that's not floral or something that looks formal, because this is still a formal look. And so I thought, well, okay, I'm going to try to find something that's not just a floral, or maybe not a floral at all. And then this actually was in the florals, and that's how I came upon it. So I like how that looks. And so I'm going to put those together. Okay. And then I actually pulled this out because I thought, you know what, this would probably go with anything here. I'd actually pulled it out, and I had put this little note on it that I had a pad of paper that was by Authentique, and it was called Abundant, and it was actually very Easter themed. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to pull this out and put it with this stuff, because some of these things would work with this. So I am actually going to put this with it. I tried the little Authentique 6x6 pad, and it didn't really go with these other papers, but I think this would go with these. I mean, we have this minty green here, and some of these other things I thought would go with it. So I'm actually just going to put it in with this stuff, in with these page kits. Okay, and then, okay, so you know, it's like the other day I just kind of pulled out stuff which I thought would go with some other stuff. But today it's like, okay, I really got to get serious and try to find something that goes with these papers. Now, I had a real hard time trying to find anything that was like this color. I thought, oh, if I had a floral that would look good with it or something like that. Now I could pull out floral embellishments that I'm sure would look good. But I really like how this looks almost by itself. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna put this here and I'm gonna actually use it as a mat for it and do like 1/4 inch around it, because I think that is gorgeous. And I would love to see this whole piece with the pictures on it. So then I actually pulled out these here because I thought I could just maybe mat something with this, or maybe I would, you know, depending on what my sketches are. I mean, I don't even know if I'm going to use any of these for my 30 days of sketches because I really haven't got that far. What do? I've had, I think, 6 pulled out or whatever. So I'm thinking, okay, I could even do this. I mean, look how pretty that is. So that's pretty close. I mean, this is not even right on, but I like it good enough. It was really hard trying to find those colors. And it's like, and I love this color. This is one of those colors, it's like, I try to buy these colors because I love them, like the navy. So I like that. I think it would be really cute. So I'm gonna actually put those together. Oh, and I'm still trying to divide these. Okay, so then after I did that, I thought, you know what, that worked good. So I'm just gonna pull in another one of these that would go with this periwinkle, because I would definitely do something like that, or even maybe even reverse. I really like this pattern. I'd like to see more of it, but I mean, I could always do something and do a wider mat, or do a mat to one side, or, you know. But I like these together. Who knows what I'll do with them, but I think they look great. So there's another one. Okay, and then I had this one that I started with again, and it's like I couldn't find a dot that matched well with this, or pink even that matched well with it. But I had this because, you know, I'm going through my embellishments. I had this laying on my, well, it's the island in the art room. And I thought, well, this looks real pretty. Or this looks real pretty with it. Thought, okay, so what's the other colors in here that would make me think I could pull something in? And so I thought, well, we have this gray color, and I like the gray color with this pink. So I thought, okay, I could use that, or ivory. So I pulled out, I actually went looking for some wood, and I couldn't find any wood that I thought looked good with it. But I found this brick, and it's like, it's, you know, it's got those gray colors in it, and I really like how these look together. Look at that. So I like that. And the shapes are so different that I think they work well together. And, you know, if you were in a big, beautiful mansion in Brighton, it's like this might be the wallpaper, and there'd definitely be a fireplace in the room. So I think they look really great together. Okay, so I'm putting this in here. You know, I might not do a layout that I'm gonna need a teapot for, but I'm putting this in here because it might help me draw in, you know, think of the picture I'm gonna use or something. So I'm gonna leave that right with it. Oh, I got a paper here. Okay, so since the embellishment helped me with that, here's my other one that I was having trouble with, because again, it's like this color I could not put my finger on anything that was this color that wasn't just a flower. And so, and then plus the background, this is very gray again. And again, it didn't really match anything in the collection except for maybe one of these things, you know. And so, which I cannot even find one that matches from here. But I'm sure that some of these obviously have to. But I know that sometimes I think they just make a line that you're maybe supposed to be pulling in other stuff. So anyhow, I pulled in the white, even though it's not like this shade. And you know, I think I've had papers that are kind of this shade, but I don't have any right now. This kind of gray color. So anyhow, I thought, okay, that worked well, trying to pull out and working from the embellishment. So I thought, okay, the center looks like this color, but then it's got this like lavender around it, so it doesn't just blend right in. So that could work. And then I could pull in more. Now these are Mente Floral Book 2. I thought, well, since that worked, I could pull in other ones from this collection and actually work with it as as the embellishments. And so again, then it's like, then it also, since I pulled this out, I thought, okay, then maybe that other, got like little fuzzies on me. I've got this other paper that was from where? From Hobby Lobby. Doesn't say in here, but I bought this paper pad. One of them was blue, and I bought one, it was like peachy pinks. And it's like, they work well with this. And you know, I had looked through this before, and I thought, well, that's not gonna work because it's got silver, and everything in this collection has gold. But it doesn't matter because this does not have any gold. And it's like, so it's like, I love this. I love the silver and the blue with this because it's, you know, still that same family, even though the colors are not right on. It's like that same shade of, or it's the same blue, just not the same shade or tint. So I like those together. I think they'll be really pretty together. And I even pulled out another one, but that looked a little off for some reason. So I'm gonna put in this paper. So, and some of the paper, or some of the florals I would have used, because I kind of cut like a section of papers at a time. But I thought I'll just put this in there too, because that way I can just pull in. That's why I was even kind of looking for something like this. But look at how pretty all this looks together. And then I've got all those blues too that I could pull in some way. And this really looks good with it. And I always love the shade of green for anything. So I'm gonna put all this together. And I'm putting that white paper in there too. I might not need it, but I'm just gonna put it there. Okay. And, oops, I'm gonna divide it, so it's easier for me when I'm looking through it. Okay. Because that one's going to be confusing enough that I got two florals in that one. Okay. And this one here, it's like, I could see this in a man's study as a wallpaper. I mean, with some dark wood. I could see, you know, so it's like, oh, my husband's grandfather, we have a picture of him smoking a cigar, like he was just smoking the cigar to have his picture taken. I don't know, but it was like, it's a really neat picture. And anyhow, every time I look at it, I just think, oh, he just looks like an ad for a fine cigar. But anyhow, I thought, okay, this, whenever I see it, I think nautical because of the shapes. So I think, oh, you know, if I had, you know, a picture of or a story about a captain of a ship, or, you know, a little yacht or something. I think, oh, I would think this is like the paper. But now it's like I am thinking of his grandfather. So maybe I'll actually find that picture and put it in. So I'm thinking, okay, I want to put this with this. Because doesn't it look like it would just be like this awesome ship? I don't know, this could be the wallpaper in this awesome ship, you know? Or I guess it would have to be a yacht then if it's got wallpaper. I don't know. But it's like, I love these together. I really could not find anything that I liked with this except for this. And this, remember, I pulled this out yesterday thinking, oh, you know, it could go with any of this stuff because it looks rich and these papers look so regal and rich. And now I really, really love this side too. But I love this with this. So I might just pull out that picture of Grandpa and his one fine cigar and scrapbook that, because I can just see that with it too. And so that just might be what happens with this paper. But that's it. I used every single piece, and which I really thought when I got down to these last two, I just thought I just can't find anything for these, and I was just gonna say, oh, sorry, can't even figure out what I would do with them, even though I love these. I mean, I'm totally a lace girl, and the thought of not being able to find a paper for this, I think really spurred me on, because I love this paper. So I just thought, you know what, that one kind of came together just as I seen those embellishments. So, and now it's like when I see this sitting here in this lighting, I think this even looks fun for this paper. So that got me thinking about, you know, I just need to grab something else to get started with this. So I hope anybody else that's been working, you know, with this collection, because it's gorgeous, gorgeous. But if anybody else has done this and showed it, I would love to see it, because I would love to see what you put with it. So thanks for joining me. I will have close-ups of each of them at the end. And tomorrow I hope I will be showing you some pages for the 30 days of sketches. And remember, if you didn't hear me say yesterday that Christy was putting up the sketches for anybody that wants to do them, or, you know, next month, but she's just saying hold off to start posting them until the 1st of October. But so that's why I can have this in front of you, because we are going to start. Well, I've got a few selected, and I did 4, you know, earlier on, but I think I've got 2 pulled out now, but I need to work on that too. So I'm hoping to do some of that tomorrow. So have a wonderful and blessed day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.